All right. Tell me, can you see and hear me? Oh, yeah, the numbers are jumping up, so I'm pretty sure we fixed the connection problem. Okay. I'm not starting over from scratch, but this main point I want to really, really drive home, so I'm just going to cover this one more time. Okay. So we already talked about the FDR rumor, not true. Please stop spreading it. We want to make sure that we're telling the truth at all times. Otherwise, once somebody does the research and finds that it's not true, they won't believe anything we say. So please, 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 even if you don't believe me, go look and research it yourself and double check. There is nowhere that says that FDR was ever or that he ever endorsed any of his competitors because he was the front runner going in 1932. This is what everybody's talking about. He was the front runner going in. He was already basically winning. There was a little concern that he wouldn't have enough delegates to win, but once he got there, he actually showed up in person, which was a first, and several of the delegates turned, and anyway, he won it pretty much in a landslide. So this whole FDR endorsed things, endorsed people, not true. Please stop saying it. Okay? It would be nice if it was true. It would be nice to look back in history and say, look, someone did it before, we can do it now. But no, if we do this, we will be the first. So, let's shoot for that. Let's be the first group in history to actually pull this off. All right? Now, moving on, the rumor about Bernie losing his superdelegate status, that's the part that is technically true. And this is the main point of what I'm trying to broadcast today. And I want you all to listen very closely because I'm going to be reading some technical jargon and everything, but this is directly from the 2016 Delegate Selection document, which is the actual delegate selection plan that is being used right now against Bernie, but is being used to as the rules that the convention will be following. And going to, I posted my Google Drive link in the previous Facebook post, so you can find it there. I've also posted it on Twitter a ways back, so if you look through some of my old tweets, you'll be able to find it. It's kind of all over the place. So find it if you want to read this for yourself. So, going to the 2016 Delegate Selection Plan, page 28 in the PDF, it's actually page 131. It's section 6, subsection G, and subsection M. And what it says is that in subsection G, all delegates, alternates, and standing committee members must be bona fide Democrats who have the interests, welfare, and success of the Democratic Party of the United States at heart, who subscribe to the substance, intent, and principles of the Charter and bylaws of the Democratic Party of the United States, and who will participate in the convention in good faith. And what that basically boils down to is, if you want to be a delegate, you got to be a good Democrat. And keep in mind, Bernie is a superdelegate. So in order to maintain his standing as a delegate, he's got to be a good Democrat in the DNC's eyes. And as we've seen, the DNC is kicking people out right and left, denying credentials to anybody that says anything unflattering to them, which is actually the reason that I don't have a press pass right now. So, now you got that. If he wants to stay a delegate, and therefore stay a Democrat, he's actually got to be a good Democrat. He's got to be in good standing, and they've got to like what he has to say. So he's got to support them. All right, now moving down, we're going to go to subsection M, which reads, and this is a long one, in electing and certifying delegates and alternates to the 2016 Democratic National Convention, state hereby undertakes to assure all Democratic voters in the state a full, timely, and equal opportunity to participate in the delegate selection process and in all party affairs, and to implement affirmative action programs towards the end. That the delegates and alternates to the convention shall be selected in accordance with delegate selection rules for the 2016 Democratic National Convention. Here's the important part. Listen carefully. And that the delegates certified will not publicly support or campaign for any candidate for president or vice president other than the nominees of the Democratic National Convention. Furthermore, voters in the state will have the opportunity to cast their election ballots for the president and vice president nominees selected by said convention. I just moved the mouse. Selected by said convention and for electors pledged formally and in good conscience to the election of the presidential and vice presidential nominee under the label and designation of the Democratic Party of the United States. Now, that was a lot. But the important part basically says that if you are a Democrat, if you are a delegate, you have to publicly support the nominee that the DNC has picked. And since Hillary Clinton has been given the crown of the presumptive nominee, that means Bernie Sanders is required to publicly support her in order to maintain his membership in the Democratic Party as a superdelegate. Do you got that? It doesn't mean that he has to drop out of the race. He's not conceding. It means that he has to go in front of the public, swallow his pride, eat a lot of crow, and say, yes, I endorse her because she's a Democrat and because the DNC says she's our nominee. If he doesn't say that, he will literally be kicked out. Well, he could technically be kicked out of the Democratic Party, and every delegate that has donated to him their time, their effort, their money, that have set aside a week off work to go to the convention, have funded all this money to be able to fly out there and have a place to stay, that have met all these wonderful people that are helping them find somewhere to live while they're there and stay fed. All of that will be for naught if he doesn't publicly support the presumptive nominee that the DNC has chosen. So when all of you, and I don't mean directly you per se, but when all of these people are going there saying, I was a Bernie supporter, but oh my God, he betrayed us. I will never follow him again. I can't believe he did this. You need to stop. Get rid of this knee-jerk reaction shit and actually think, because this is what we do. We research, we look into things for ourselves because we know better than to believe what's fed to us by everyone out there. Okay, the media and the establishment, we know they lie to us. We know better. So do the research. Look into it. I did it for you. Don't take my word for it. Go look this up yourself. It's there. I've made it available. If he didn't do this, the delegates, the 1,900 people that are going to Philadelphia to support him would not be allowed on the convention floor. All of their votes would be lost. And it would be impossible for Bernie to continue doing anything in this presidential race. I really, really, really hope you understand what I'm saying here. He did not betray any of us. He took a sacrifice that I doubt most of us would be willing to do by standing up there next to one of the worst people that I believe I've ever seen, and openly supported her in front of the entire world. It's not because he wants to. It's not because he likes to. It's because he had to, for our sake, to keep this going.
Holy crap, he's the modern Jesus Christ.
A lot of people have said amazing things about him. I'm trying not to deify him. Some of the posts out there that I've seen are saying, yes, he's made a great sacrifice for us. And it's true, he has. But not the sacrifice that they were talking about. He hasn't stepped down. He hasn't taken one for the team and given it away to Hillary so that she will win. He said he was going to support her and that he was going to do everything to make sure she was president because that's what the DNC requires if he's going to actually be allowed at the convention and to have his delegates follow. So if you want to continue supporting him, if you want to continue supporting this revolution, show up, because he ate crow and ate shit for all of us. Do everybody a favor and show up, because we can still change this. And I've talked about the whole realignment thing. If you don't know about it, there's a realignment period at the convention. It's been at all the previous conventions. It's a 1 hour period where people can change their mind. And it is the responsibility of the delegates to take the information that they have at the time, the most current information, to actually decide who they want to vote for. Just because they were elected and were expected to vote for one particular person doesn't mean they have to. They are morally obligated to follow through with electing the person that they think will best represent the people that voted for them. And I'm pretty sure if somebody really thinks about it, Hillary is not a good person to elect to support the voters that elected them. If we can convince enough people, we can change that. And they can actually realign and add more numbers to the Bernie supporters. And if all 1,900 people show up that are already Bernie supporters, we're going to have a really, really good chance of turning some things around, because I bet that a lot of Hillary supporters are going to say, she's the presumptive nominee. I don't need to spend this money and go there. She's going to win anyway. We all know that. And they're not going to show up. And guess what's going to happen? And this is the thing that was confirmed on my drive home. The delegate conference call said there will be a roll call at the convention. If you don't know what a roll call is, it means every single head is counted in a single vote. Unlike a voice vote where everybody yells and screams and tries to be loudest, every single person in that room is counted. They have to take their name, who they're voting for, what district they're from, what state they're from, and it all gets recorded, and it is there for everyone to see. So they can't pull the same shit that happened in Nevada and that happened in New York, where they try and say, oh, yeah, that person won because I want them to. I don't really care what it seemed like to you. From where I was standing, that person won, and that's what I'm going with. It's going to be an actual head count. It's essentially the nuclear option in parliamentary procedure. It takes a long time, but we've got 4 days, and in 4 days they're going to count every single person that has shown up. So show up, go to this event, be there all 4 days, show up on time in the morning, or actually in the afternoon when it starts. Don't leave until it's done, because your head, your body in that seat will count for a vote, guaranteed. And if you're not there, it won't count for shit, and it will screw everyone up. Yes, I am going, but I probably won't be in the convention hall. The person that was going to sponsor me, she was denied her press pass. She's not credentialed, so she can't pass it on to me. I've been asking around trying to find anybody willing to give up their press pass to get me in or to sponsor me somehow. So far, no one's been able to do it. But I will still be there. I'll still be outside. I'll still be at the rallies, and before and after the convention, I'll be doing all I can to interview and talk to people, and I will always, always, always make myself available to help with advice any way that I can. I'm going to have my tablet and my phone with me so I can broadcast on one and communicate with people on the other. And I've been explaining, I've tweeted out and put it on Facebook, that we need to install Fire Chat on our phones. So if the Wi-Fi signal or the cellular signal gets jammed or is just overloaded, we still have the means to communicate with each other. Because once again, as I said before, it's all about us organizing ourselves internally. We can't rely on somebody to tell us what to do. We've got to know what to do and rely on ourselves to actually do it together as a group, one giant entity that can overthrow everything. Okay? Now, that's basically it. That's what I wanted everybody to hear. I want to make sure that all of you get the word out there. I got my batteries, by the way. I still need my GoFundMe goal met because I actually paid for everything out of pocket at this point. I got about $1,000 of my goal, and that was enough to get me there and get me a place to live, but not enough to buy any of the gear. So I bought all the gear on my own, dipped in the savings like I said I would if I had to, but please, please, please help refund me because that was supposed to pay for my family. And Angel's over there crying because we don't have any money to get married. So yeah. Okay, yeah, that covers all the notes that I wanted to go over. I talked about the conference call with delegates. So that's it. I can open this up for discussion. Sorry, I haven't been trying to ignore you guys. I've been looking at the chats and everything. My family desperately wants to go out and go Pokemon hunting because we're freaking addicts like that. But
and because he helps me get exercise. Come on, seriously.
And it's a way for us to get out and all get exercise together. So, yeah, let's chat. And I apologize. I wanted to do this on Facebook because then I can actually scroll through your chats. I can't do that here on Periscope. Did I download the update for what organizers? Oh my God, this is going to be way hard to do. Those were the rules that the DNC wrote. Names to follow. Not sure what names you're talking about. Scoper chat to keep up with the chat. Where the hell is Scoper chat? On Facebook and Twitter and Periscope, I'm under PhoenixFX. That's FENYXFX. And if one of you could type that up, I'd appreciate it. Latest election justice, I don't think I saw because I wasn't focusing on election fraud today. I was focusing on why Bernie did what he did. The rules can be changed at the convention, and that's actually something that was talked about in the conference call as well. When we go to the convention, the delegates are the voting majority. They're the ones who are allowed to pass and suggest motions in order to make changes for everything that will happen going forward and at the convention itself. So my understanding is that there will be a motion on the floor to change the rules. I don't know specifically how they want to change the rules, but yes, PhoenixFX, that is correct. Thank you. Yeah, just like Nevada, there will be a motion on the floor to make a change to the rules. Now, I'm not sure who's going to motion for it and what they're going to try to change, but if our delegates are properly educated, please go to my YouTube playlist, look up PhoenixFX on YouTube, or, and this is the hard one, it's my old account name, which I can't change, is Phonextasy. It's PHOENXTASY. If you just go to YouTube/Phonextasy, that'll take you to it. Go to my playlist, and there's actually a playlist for educating our delegates. It goes over all the parliamentary procedure. It talks about strategies, talks about basic motions and rules, so that when we get there, really close, PHOENXTASY. I'll give you a second. Hopefully, did we right this time? Bingo. Got it. Perfect. YouTube.com/Phonextasy. All right. So the playlist has several things so that you guys can educate yourselves, learn the rules, and then when we get there and the motions are put out there, you know how to support them, you know how to back them up, the timing that's needed, and you know how a roll call works and all that fun stuff. But the main thing is you will learn how you can make an actual change there instead of just being a butt-in-a-seat voting. Yay, I'm glad you're educated. That's great. And I will have a copy of Robert's Rules on me, so even though I won't be in there, you can text me, tweet me, message me however you can, and I will look it up if you need me to look it up. There's still a funding BernieDelegates.com website out there for helping everybody get there. It's not too late. We still have a couple of weeks to raise money, so every person counts. We've got 1,900 people we're trying to get there. I don't know how many people are actually set up. There's no real way to track that I'm aware of. But there is a way to kind of track who hasn't made enough money to get there, and those are the people we need to go support. So it's fundingberniedelegates.com. And that's also all over my Facebook page, and I'm pretty sure I have it on Twitter as well. Yeah, there will be no way to calculate the statistic until we're actually there, and we see how many people show up. I am aware of Tim Black. I've seen a little bit of what he's done, but I've been so busy lately I haven't been able to really start taking in new groups and new people and everything. And if I don't answer your question, please ask it again, because the chat on my side just keeps disappearing. Yes, anyone can help fund them. It's almost all of these people have a GoFundMe campaign. I'm starting to lose my voice. Sorry, guys. Okay, so going to that website, if you go there, you can pick who you want to support, and they almost all have a GoFundMe page or a PayPal link or something where you can send them money, and they can use it to get to Philly. I need to put you guys down for just half a second so I can get a drink.
Maddie, Connor, help her. Turn off that light and close that door.
If you want to let them out, it's okay. I'm just answering questions right now.
They have to get dressed. One of them's
Okay.
naked.
Okay. Where were we? Yes, this video automatically gets posted to periscope.tv/PhoenixFX. I will get that link posted on Facebook as well, and it's already being sent out on my Twitter. Yes, that's true. PayPal has no fee. GoFundMe charges 7.9 cents. It's 2% to GoFundMe and 5.9% to the WePay company or group or whatever that actually sends the money to the people.
PayPal also has
Sean Comfort in Oregon if he's on that funding delegates page. Short on trains. Okay, yeah. So, interesting random note regarding transportation. As soon as I got home, I received an email from the DNC because in an effort to try and find a way to get into the convention, I basically told them I was interested in volunteering, and I got a message finally from them after about 2 months now that they are looking for people that want to help with DNC transportation. So if you're in the Philly area, you can go onto the DNC website. I think it's just dnc2016.com. You guys might want to check on that one. But you go to the DNC's website for the convention, and there's a volunteering page, and I believe you can just shoot them an email saying that you're interested in volunteering, and maybe you guys can start driving people around and push people to support Bernie. You went quiet. Uh-oh, am I losing my signal again? Numbers are dropping off and I'm not seeing any chat. Hey, there you go. Yeah, kind of like Uber, except it's actually being run through the DNC themselves. And there is always the possibility that, I don't know how long it takes, but if you want to sign up for Uber or Lyft, tons of people will be using it there, including myself most likely. So, again, by all means, sign up, pick people up, talk to them about what's going on, push some Bernie points if they are undecided, or if they're Hill bots, maybe you can change a mind or two. Remind them that they don't have to vote for Hillary just to beat Trump, because Bernie can still win if we actually support him. Yeah, it's not like they're getting out. Driving down the freeway, I don't think they're going to want to jump out. What is my gut telling me? I think realistically, getting everyone there probably won't happen. I mean, that's the ideal, and very, very rarely in this world does the ideal actually meet reality. But it's entirely possible. Just like we've funded Bernie's campaign up to this point, we can fund our delegates to get over there.
Relax.
Actually, I like this.
Okay.
So yeah, realistically, no, I don't think all 1,900 people will be able to get there, but every single person that can needs to, and everybody that can help somebody who can't right now should do so. You know, $27 is that magic number, but fuck it, you know, whatever you can afford, please do it. I've already I've funded a couple delegates myself out of my pocket. I'm trying to make sure that my GoFundMe money is staying in my savings and being used directly towards the trip and the gear, and then you know, extra money that I make at work and doing my second job, it goes towards helping people out as much as I can. Yeah, we do need to get them all there. If we can get, it would be phenomenal if we can get them all there. At this point, you can't be a delegate because you have to have been elected at the state level. Yeah, you can't be an alternate either.
That's cute.
That was my kids trying to get out of the room, realizing that it was locked so that we could have some privacy. And they're like, oh, man. Another thing to talk about, let's see, there was an article that in Northern California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, my God, which is where I'm from, the public transportation there, the trains there, called BART, they admitted to jamming cell phone signals to try and stop protesters. So I entirely anticipate Philadelphia and the SEPTA lines to do the same thing. Which is why I brought up the whole fire chat, to make sure that we can all still talk to each other and stay organized. Everything we can do to anticipate what the DNC and Philadelphia and the establishment will try to do against us, the better, so that we can prepare for it. Apparently what's happening with SEPTA is that they're fixing their lines so they won't have as many trains available, and so transportation is going to be kind of an issue out there. And here in Nevada, during the state convention, that was a big issue because the state convention was in the middle of the Strip, which is the busiest area in all of southern Nevada. So a lot of people that were trying to get there had a very hard time getting through all the traffic, and when they got to the Paris and tried to park, they found that the hotel had only sectioned off like 2 or 3 levels of their parking structure for the convention, which filled up immediately. And then they started sending people next door to the Bally's, which filled up almost as quickly. And they had areas that were still open, but they had security there that were just sending people away. So we were wasting a ton of time driving around trying to find a place to park. And I heard that people had parked blocks down the road and then walked up and then were denied access. And that's part of what the Missing 60 was about. Officially, Philly is welcoming. They're saying that they are. But realistically, the DNC is doing what they can to stop us from changing the way things work. They want more of the same, and we want change. Exactly, Sully. Philly, for the most part, seems to be doing pretty well. I believe they decriminalized the protests. They made public the areas that are safe to protest in. But it seems odd that they would take this moment to start fixing the SEPTA lines when they're going to have a ton of people there. Yeah, this is the other thing that really kills me about what happened this morning, is that so many staunch Bernie followers and supporters all of a sudden threw their hands up and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I'm not going to Philly. I'm canceling my trip. Fuck him. I'm never supporting anyone anymore." And they gave up. How many of our supporters did that? What are our numbers going to be now? Just because of this one thing, because we were so quick to react instead of actually looking into it, as we do with everything else that's presented to us. I wasn't part of the I'm not a delegate, so I wasn't part of the call. I'm getting that through some of the delegates I know. They basically kind of broke down the main points that were talked about. I haven't really been able to read the entire thing either. I just picked up on the main points that related to what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yes, endorsement is not concession. That is absolutely right. And another thing that, when you guys talk to some of these people that are throwing a hissy fit, just remind them, Bernie's been doing this for 40 years, almost his entire life. At the very least, in his entire political career. He's not going to all of a sudden just turn coat and give up on us. He has a reason that he's doing this, and he just can't say it. And now we know what it is. So we need to get back on the train and make sure that we are following and supporting as much as possible.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi. I really hope that there's no fights, unless you're talking about just us fighting for our votes. This is Maddie. She says hi.
Hi.
Lucky me, I found a place that is 3.3 miles away from the Wells Fargo Center. So, it'll be a bit of a walk. It can be up to an hour for me, but I've got no problem walking that. I might rent a bike or something like that. This is one of the people that I'm fighting for, in case you guys didn't know. Alright, we're going to wrap up so that we can go have our family time and play Pokemon Go running around the complex here. Do you guys have any more questions that you want to ask right now before I go? Oh, just so you know, one of the people that I'm staying with at Philly is a kick-ass lawyer, so if anything does go down, she's already said that she'll take care of me and anybody else that's in the house that we're renting. I don't want to get arrested. I want to be able to come back to these people, but if anything happens, I got coverage. Oh, and you guys, if you can do me a big favor, can you wish her a happy birthday? Because her birthday is on the 24th while I'll be
I don't get
at
my
DNC.
present, Dad.
Yeah, you will.
No, Mommy said.
Uh-oh, were you bad? Oh. Look, see, they're wishing you a happy birthday, and those are cakes for you and everything.
I don't get my present.
Oh, you're still going to have your party, and there's going to be cake, and I'm sure you'll still get presents.
Okay. I hope I get a new eyeball.
A new eyeball?
Those are all of the...
Yeah, we're actually having a birthday party for both her and I this Saturday. My birthday is this Friday, and her birthday is next week. Not the 24th, so the Sunday after.
That's my daddy.
Okay. Do you remember the chant? I don't even remember the chant. Oh. Angel! What were some of the chants?
What?
from the rally, what were some of the chants?
Huh?
I'm
Sorry,
spacing on the chants
Daddy.
from the rally. What were some of the chants?
We have a dress. A
There's
traffic
no
picture.
books, but
Daddy's favorite color is blue.
Show me.
Show me what democracy
Okay,
looks
Maddie,
like.
do you remember this? Show me what democracy looks like. Do you remember?
This is what democracy looks like.
Stand up. Yeah, we got a little revolutionary right here.
Well, Connor's not coming.
Yeah, he will be. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me on, DM me on
Facebook.
Twitter or message me on Facebook, and I'll do everything I can to answer whatever you want. Check out my YouTube,
What about
Get
Connor?
educated.
What about Connor?
um,
This boy right here.
and find that the
This
Google
is
link,
me.
because there's more than just the bylaws and everything there. I've got some other stuff there. There's if you're going to be in Philly, make sure you get an ACLU arrest card. Read through that and keep it on you. Ultimately, the police may not follow the rules, but at least you'll know what the rules are in case anything goes down. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
We gotta go.
Wait, what about
We're
my
doing some Pokemon
brother?
searching. Does anybody know Pokemon Go?
Bye.
Yes, they know we're going to go
Bye,
play
bye.
Pokemon Go.
Bye.
All right, bye everybody. Love you.
See ya. I love you. See ya. See y'all. I want to press this.
I'm trying.